Today is Monday, March 13th, 2017, and today I want to talk about this video that Steven Crowder put up of him crashing the stage during Cenk Uygur. I can't pronounce his name. Obviously, I'm not Turkish, but I digress. The head honcho over there, Young Turks, he crashed his stage during South by Southwest talk. You know, the audience he was speaking in front of was not very big, but I guess they were there just for him. So Steven Crowder decides to get dressed up as Cenk and go in there and impersonate him to try and crash the stage. Now, before we go any further, what I want to do is tell you who these people are if you don't know who I'm talking about. Now, Steven Crowder is a YouTuber, just like Cenk is, but Crowder has his show called Louder with Crowder. It's like a podcast. They also do stuff on YouTube. He's a pretty big content creator, but not as big as Young Turks. Young Turks, they get into a lot of political stuff too, but they're the opposite of what Steven Crowder purports himself to be. They're more like extremists on the left. Crowder, in my opinion, is more of a centrist, but center right. So he has more conservative points of view, and Cenk has extreme leftist points of view. But obviously, Young Turks are a much bigger organization. They're a much bigger YouTube platform than Steven Crowder. So Steven Crowder's whole thing was to try and crash the stage, make fun of him, because he has done videos like that on the channel before. Because Crowder is kind of a comedian a little bit, so he puts that in there. He does like funny skits. But this one was not really funny. You know, he was trying to crash the stage and imitate him, dressed up as him and say some of his key tropes, but that really doesn't work in that situation. It works more to do it online, and even online is not that funny. Because he was on a skit like this before where he dressed up as Cenk. I think he had Anna. Well, he dressed up as Anna as well. And Anna's like Cenk's little road dog sidekick, another pundit on Young Turks. So he did that. It was a little bit funny, but to do it at South by Southwest in person in front of Cenk didn't really work the way he intended. And what he was trying to do, Steven Crowder, that is, what he was trying to do is imitate Alex Jones. If you remember, I did a video about Alex Jones crashing the stage during the RNC when the Young Turks had their own little corner and they were broadcasting live from the RNC. Now that was beautiful. That was hilarious. That was excellent content because, first of all, I think this may have been the first time that Cenk had his stage crashed by anybody, as far as, you know, at least to my knowledge, especially somebody from the right wing, so to speak. Obviously, Alex Jones, you know, are making the fish gate more of a conspiracy theorist, but he also has a lot of good and real information. Once you get past that super male vitality stuff, he's a pretty good YouTuber and a good source of information. Now, when he crashed the stage, he did not try to make fun of Cenk. He did not come on there pretending to be somebody else. He was just himself and being real buddy-buddy with him. And it was funny seeing Cenk get all triggered and emotional. But then beyond that, it was a much better way to do it because it was not at a talk where people that came there to see just him. They would just happen to be in the corner at the RNC broadcasting to the internet. So it was much different. It wasn't an audience of people that you had to try and play for. You just really talking straight to Cenk and then seeing the immediate reaction. And then you had Anna. She was in the background cussing and everything. You had Jimmy Dore, who put some coffee in or tea in his mouth and spit on Alex Jones with it. It went viral. It went pretty big because of how everything played out. And the most important thing was how triggered everybody got. But this time you had Cenk pretty much prepared for that. He had said to Steven Crowder, well, ever since Alex Jones did it, more right-wing guys have been trying to do the same thing. So basically he was saying, you're just copying Alex Jones. He was not prepared for it the first time, but this time you saw him kind of in a zen-like state. You saw him with his glasses on, looking like somebody's grandma. Now I know I got glasses on, but I'm handsome, so it don't count. Cenk was really prepared for the whole situation, so he didn't get triggered. There was no real reaction from Cenk. The crowd was not on Steven Crowder's side because they came there to see the Young Turks. They are fans of the Young Turks. One person even asked, yo, who is this guy on stage? Nobody really knew who he was. It will only apply to those of us on the internet, but it still didn't go over well because when you're talking about a performance like that, when you dress up as somebody else, you want to be able to see the reaction from the crowd and the reaction from the individual you're trying to crash. If the individual you're trying to crash is not even really paying you no mind, telling security to come get you. He didn't even get out of his seat. You know, it was no sparks. It was no nothing. It was cringy to watch. I think Steven Crowder expected a different reaction other than what he got. And it was pretty strange to watch. I saw some of the comments. The comment du jour was cringy. That was the main word. And that's the best way to describe it. It was cringy. I cringed watching it. I mean, I admit I'm a human being. I giggle a little bit right when I first saw him come out, because I remember the previous skit that he did where he dressed up as Cenk Uygur. But to do it live in front of that crowd, it didn't go over well. And all I could think about was the real good moment when Alex Jones did it. Don't try to copy Alex Jones. Just come up with your own thing. Don't try to crash the stage. Like, I think that was just kind of pointless, really. And it didn't do anything for anything. It was just good content for Steven Crowder. And as I close, I want to say this. I'm not necessarily somebody that hates on Steven Crowder. I think he has decent content sometimes, but it's something about him that I can't put my finger on. It just kind of rubs me the wrong way. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm the only one that feels this way, but I'm just telling you, I'm just getting my feelings out there because I just want to see if I'm the only one. Something about him rubs me the wrong way, and I cannot put my finger on it. But I'm not necessarily a Steven Crowder hater. I think he has pretty good content. I think the best content that I saw recently from Crowder was when he went on Joe Rogan's podcast and they had a little disagreement. That was good because you were able to see different sides of a conservative point of view. You know, one side being more, I guess, towards libertarianism, where you just allow anything to happen as far as drug proliferation into society. Crowder was like not really on the bandwagon from weed, and Joe Rogan kept trying to push the issue. I thought that was much more interesting and entertaining than Crowder trying to dress up as Cenk, which works a little bit online, but it did not really work when you try to do it in person, especially since the situation was really against him. So that's pretty much all I got to say about it. I did not play it in this clip, obviously. I don't know what Crowder has as far as his copyright strike laws or whatever he has going on over there. So I will place that in the box below if you have not seen it yet. But what do you think? Do you think it was cringy, which is pretty much, like I said, it's the word du jour. Everybody pretty much saying, oh, I cringed. Even if you're a fan, did you cringe? Was it funny? Was it not funny? Was it a desperate kind of reach to get some views to try and copy Alex Jones? Or do you think it was hilarious? Did you enjoy it? Was it good content for your Saturday evening or Monday morning? Whatever your comments are, let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.